Okay, we're back. How's the sound this time? Um, see live chat so we can see what people are saying. We'll need some water. Okay, nobody's here yet. How's the sound? Had a problem with the sound a minute ago. Is the sound working now? I'm ready for just about, I'll take questions on anything. I don't care whether I answer them or not. Oh, good. How are you doing, Brenda? Happy day. Um, Here's the call line. I can't make any noise at this hour. Oh, the regulators. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing real well. After Ariana and I had a little session, and then we went over to a friend of mine's house and got some really good weed. And it's a good story with this weed too. Interesting story behind the weed. Um, this here is known as Platinum Phenom Kush. Um, where the hell did he say? I forget what town. Northern California town, I think in Mendocino County. A friend of a friend grows it, and his child uh, developed a serious health issue where he had to register with Medicaid and the Medi-Cal and stuff. And because of that, the grower had to get a real source of income. He had to have a regular job. And new giant warehouse grow operation that he went to work for that was right there at the bottom of the hill for him. And one day, he the owners called him in. The managers called them all in and said, "Look, we have 200 plants here that are over the quota. They're only allowed a certain amount of uh, they're only allowed a certain number of plants, and they had 200 too many, and they had to get those out of there." So my friend just happened to be there. My they loaded 2 trailers with these plants on them. So the guy had been developing his own strain for 15 years, but now all of a sudden he had a couple hundred plants of this one. Um, as far as anybody saying mean, stupid things, I'm not going to respond to it. I'm going to just totally ignore it. I'm not going to talk about anything that anybody like is being mean and stupid. Take a quick look at what's happening at just the usual. This is where's this start? I can't even see most of it because I have most of the Zionists blocked. I have zero tolerance for that toxic shit. It's hard to describe this thread here through here. But basically, I end up very often stepping in and making sure that people understand that Zionism and Judaism aren't the same thing, and they're diametrically opposed to each other, and why is pretty much my whole presentation in this whole argument. It's it was what I was raised on. This is my rabbi was one of the founders of the American Council for Judaism that was chartered in 1942 by Elmer Berger and several other Hebrew Union College, the Jewish Institute of Religion in Cincinnati, chartered in 1942 to protest the CCAR, which is another, I think the conservative rabbis endorsed the Jewish army in Palestine, and they were protesting that, and they've been protesting it ever since. The most recent thing that their current director, Alan Brownfeld, wrote was about how Israel is not the nation state of American Jews, or really any Jews. Yaakov Shapiro from the True Torah Jews just totally tells it like it is, that Zionism has hijacked the Hebrew faith. I'm going to have absolutely no contact with Michelle or anybody around her. Anywhere I've been in a court of just fucking idiots. You will be excised from my lives. It's plain and simple. There's too many people that understand that you're lying about me. No, I'm not going to call the police again, asshole. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Tommy. How's it going?
Who's calling?
A human.
Does this human have a name? Sneasel, perhaps?
My name's Lentil.
No, your name is Sneasel. What would you like to know?
No, you don't tell me what my name is.
Well, you're a kiwi farmer. What do you want, punk?
No.
What do you want, little boy? What do you want? Well, do you have something you want to say?
Yes, yeah, I do. I just have a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so what did Michelle lie about?
She's not telling the true facts of the circumstances of my life because she was fed false information about all of it. Mr. Sneasel. Excuse me, say again? You'll find that out in court. Your next question?
I'm not Sneasel.
I don't give a fuck who you're. I don't care. You're a kiwi farmer. You're being recorded. I don't care. You're part of a criminal conspiracy to harass and defame me.
You told people to call you.
Yeah, I'm okay. So I'm telling you, fuck you, goodbye. You know. I'm not going to answer any of this. You people, let me read to you what I just wrote, because that's really, this is where it's at. Your world and my world do not intersect anywhere. You are imposing yourselves into my world, and I object to that. And I'm going to keep on objecting until there's some kind of a legal action. There's either going to be a criminal action or a civil action or both. Or there's going to be some public apologies and a lot of shit taken down. Those are the only options. I have absolutely no desire to meet Michelle or any of the rest of you anywhere. You're mean, stupid people, small-minded perverts, projecting the denial of your own utter lack of intellectual integrity and social worth at me. You know, the things that you say that I do, the things that you imply that I do, are things that you'd never crossed my mind. You're sick little children. You live in the video game world. That's what I wrote to one of the idiots out on the wire. Asked Tommy, Michelle has asked me to ask you for a truce. She asked for an apology for nasty things you said about her. I haven't said anything terribly nasty about her. What have I said nasty about Michelle? That's not true. She's deaf, blind, and has multiple personality disorder. Not much else to say. And she's being groomed by the Kiwi farmers with a bunch of bullshit. She also wants you to unblock Hangouts and cancel any swats you may be planning. In exchange, she will unblock you and retract any reports that she has filed to YouTube. She also agrees to leave your channel alone. My reply to that, and to all of you, is that that is totally unacceptable. That person attacked me with distortions of fact and outright lies. First thing that needs to happen is for her to retract everything she said and apologize before I drop my complaints to YouTube and the authorities. And the complaint to the authorities isn't going away at all. You know, it's up to her whether she wants to be named in it or not, is where that's at. After that, I want nothing to do with any of these small-minded, malignant, voyeuristic perverts projecting their deviant fantasies at me in denial of their own lack of intellectual integrity and redeeming social worth. This is nothing I want in my life, and they will all remain blocked on this channel no matter what Michelle elects to do. So I'm not even going to look at the chat. I'm going to just let it run, and friendly people will show up or they won't, and I don't give a fuck, because you're all a bunch of idiots. You're all a bunch of idiots committing crimes. The police officer very clearly stated that there were civil statutes being violated, and laid out what his opinion was of what constituted a crime. Now, calling in and offering $1,000 to swat me, I think qualifies as a crime. That was about the dumbest thing I've ever seen anybody say in public. Oh, Jesus. No, I'm staying out of that. The Zionists are defining words again and insist that anti-Semitic can only be limited to people who speak the Semitic language, parentheses Hebrew, but that doesn't suit because Assyrians and others also speak Semitic languages. There's something like a dozen or so other ethno-religious groups that are native to the Levant. This stuff is really pretty. It's a very pretty weed. Well, just too much Israel and Palestine in this feed. Nothing else but that. Yeah, ew. And shitty American politics, broken up. Oh God, it's just. Hello, is there anything else here? No. I'll be really happy when my Facebook. I still have 2 weeks to go on Facebook. No, you demented children. are not going to make me angry and unhappy. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, because people who know me for many years and young people who can see what I am rather than what you say I am. Um, and I don't cry about it at all. You can call it what you want. Um, you call whatever you want to. That does not make it real anywhere but in your own demented minds. If you can call what's going on inside those skulls minds, just clones raised on lies told you over digital appliances. I'll go and have another pool. Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Who's calling, please?
My name's Jay. What's your name?
Well, you must know if you called me. You've got Tommy on the phone. What would you like to talk about?
That's Tommy Cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, I'd like to employ your services.
For what?
Tommy, I got a dog here. Her name is Sandy.
Next. Oh boy. February 6th. Yes. Excuse me?
What the fuck is this?
Bye. Angry and unhappy people out tonight. Thirsty Thursday. Ah, lonely people. Where do they all come from? I wonder where people are. Wait a moment. Most of my actual friends are sleeping at this hour. Yes, you're gonna do a little better than the last. Oh, did you just need to? You need to yell at somebody. Is this some kind of cathartic? If I had fucked your mother, you wouldn't be calling me right now being say angry and stupid man. Try again. Hi, hi. So what's going on in transgender science? I just approved a post. The 2018 Australian Standards of Care for Trans and Gender Diverse Children and Adults, a very strongly affirming document based on the latest research, making it clear that affirmative treatment approaches in which the youth's identity is respected and supported, where the youth are provided the freedom and safety to explore their gender without judgment, yield much happier and better adjusted youth and young adults. It also makes clear that disaffirming approaches are unethical and may cause harm. If you're calling from a blocked number, you need to ask. Hello, Code 45. Actually, I think I'm going to just let one of them scream at me. Okay, Jasmine, try to call again. I just got a rash of screamers, and I got tired of taking it. If you call again, I'll pick it up. Hello. You don't sound like someone named Jasmine Masters.
No, it's cheeseburgers.
Ah. What would you like to say to me?
It's a serious question. Something I've been wondering.
Uh-huh.
The dog thing.
We're not going to talk about the dog thing. I've already said what I'm going to say about the dog thing. There is nothing more to it than I've said about the dog thing. And I'm not going to let you assholes bait me. Move along. I'm also not going to discuss Sabrina either. Okay? Go ahead. Go discuss it on the channel where you heard it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yes. Yes. No, that's somebody else's fantasy. Bye. Well, I'm glad you think so. Why don't you go find a show that you enjoy instead of ruining my evening with your assholishness? Then go watch it. This show is not like Michelle's. Go away. Go away. You're just fucking idiots. Perverted idiots trying to paint me with your own what would you like to say that's stupid? Bye. Bye. Your reality is not mine, children. Michelle casts spells and shit. That's interesting. So I'm reading it. When I'm looking over here, I'm reading the chat. Yes. Hello. Is this better? Yeah, it sure is. Have you heard her last 3 days worth of videos and seen her announcement for her video tomorrow? Well, is it better? I said if you watched her last 3 days of videos and saw the announcement for the one tomorrow, that's the reason that the police were asked to have a little talk with her. She's in violation of a number of civil statutes, and I believe she's gone in excess, in ultra vires of the First Amendment with the things she said. No, I know. There's crimes. There are crimes that are being committed. Incitement to violence against me is what that woman was accused of, and there has been violence on the street against me. So, good evening. I'm not going to get agitated by one of Michelle's fans. You're trolls. Trolls are not part of my reality. I'm an artist, entertainer, and I have like a fan base. Uh, good dirt goblin. I'll bet I'm cleaner than you. Now my hands get dirty. You know, like I said, this was about winding down for the evening. Now, all of this is going to be um, passed along to a court of law in a complaint against. Yeah, well, I work with stone. I cut stone. All of this shit's getting passed along to the court of law, and I'm actually suing YouTube for allowing it to go on. Breach of contract, total breach of contract. Oh, looky here, I have fucking. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow, yay. Hello, Lewis. How are you? Look at that. Yes. Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Okay. Goodbye. How you doing, Lewis? I just found out I have controls tonight. So, like, everybody here is gonna be nice or be gone. Good. Try this on for size. Go ahead, caller. Third generation German American. Guess what? Go ahead, caller. Oh, we have a call from a number. Yeah. Yes.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Who's calling, please?
Oh, I'm Jasmine Masters in the chat.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Jasmine, but I got to hide myself because this troll favorite.
Sure.
I just want to wish you a happy evening, and I hope to also miss you.
Thank you. Actually, I'm hoping I won't have to sue, and that there will actually be Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I need to concentrate on what's in my face with these people. I just discovered that my controls were restored tonight, so I'm doing a little reporting and blocking. And goodbye. Remove shit like this. Yeah, whoever told you about the dog stuff was like telling you a lot of crap.
Yeah, I know there's lots of trolls out there.
Yeah, I had a dog that she had people help her masturbate her. Good deal. Nobody was getting off on the dog. I mean, yeah, it's a little weird, but nothing to call me a dog fucker over. That's libel.
Yeah, very much so. Like, I have serious people of this shit that you wouldn't know people and then you have done nothing. Like, they're just trying to sneer you. Like, they're doing everything.
Well, it's a big part of what I'm experiencing as far as like righteous indignation directed at me. What we found out, we've noticed that the more strident somebody is, in accusing others of perverted behavior, the more likely that they're going to get caught doing it themselves.
But
There we go.
Joshua Cunningham, right? That guy, yeah.
I'm sorry, say again. I'm sorry, say again. Go ahead. Well, there's somebody who's like calling himself an attorney, which I doubt. If you're really an attorney,
Yeah, I can wrap this up quickly.
No, go ahead. You say whatever you'd like to say.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Joshua Cunningham is the leader of, gay farm. He's actually a pedophile. He's like admitted to like do child abortion stuff that it's not really which is like apparently led to still being in and he's really shady stuff. It explains when you have someone who like does this shit that he's like millions whatever is causing this shit. So I just want to say I'm so fucked up.
No, I appreciate your sentiment, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Mr. Dickstein, here's my email. Any awesome tune tonight? Yeah, I'll be glad to put some music on in just a moment. We're talking about kiwi farms. I'm not a man, Mr. Dickstein. The First Amendment has limitations. You cannot. You can't incite violence against a person. You cannot threaten violence against a person. That's not protected by the First Amendment. Mr. Dickstein, here's my email address. If you're serious, please contact me.
Yeah, I agree. Very much so.
No.
It's so weird. And also, can I ask you one last thing?
You can ask me as many things as you like. You're one of the first people that know kiwi farms for what it is. And please go ahead.
It's a really quick question. I don't know if someone else said it, but do you remember? I think your name was like Burger. Did anything happen between you? I was so confused.
The way I understand it, I've been getting harassed. I've been under surveillance most of my life.
Okay.
And there's a group that I call the AM Beasts that are at another messageboard.com that there's a Defense Department employee. Excuse me. I need to get.
I don't know if it's your internet, but you keep cutting out. I can't really hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put the phone down. And
no way.
Yeah, I put the phone down.
Yeah, now I hear you much better. Yeah, but I get it. Yeah, it's so weird. But I need to go. I think I need to go. I'm a bit busy, but good luck. I just want to
thank you for sharing your knowledge of
no worries.
Yeah, happy day. Thanks for calling. Call anytime. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah, now I can just concentrate on reporting and removing shit. Yeah, something tells me that that's a bunch of bullshit. Thank you, Jasmine. Hello.
How did you know that the other dogs didn't like to be masturbated?
Go live in the past. I'm here in the now. Next perverted question. Project some more of.
How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Who's this?
Stacy.
Who?
Stacy.
Stacy?
Yes.
I don't know any Stacy's males.
Male. Don't refer to me as a male.
I don't know any Stacy sounding guys, male sounding Stacy
And
people.
her is male.
Uh-huh. All right.
Please respect
Uh,
my pronouns.
you're,
Respect your preferred pronouns.
I don't know. I don't know any Stacys that sound like you. I know a cis female Stacy, and you are not her.
I didn't say I know you.
Oh.
I'm watching your show and calling to support you.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
understand
I'm sorry.
why you're being rude to me.
I've been taking rude calls all night. Yeah, Stacy, ma'am, sister. I sincerely apologize. I've been taking
Just
rude.
wanted to weigh in on the matter.
Well,
I think that the show is totally out of hand.
well, thank you. Did you hear my talk earlier about trans on trans?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, and did you do? Yeah, and that I read a trans man's account of how the worst problems he had was with trust codes. That's been my experience. I avoided the LGBT community because I wasn't gonna like turn tricks around the corner from my grandmother's house to transition on. And so I hung out with the hippies. I grew a beard and lived behind grungy clothes, and now I'm having trouble removing that from my life. But little by little, I am. Baby steps is what my bigger sisters told me. I came out to the Facebook community about 10 years ago, and I started living authentically 5 years ago on April Fool's Day. And when I came out, there was all this trannier than now thought policing. That this is the way you have to do trans, and if you don't, you're not a proper transgender person. And that's just bullshit.
Yeah, me too. I'm having some trouble understanding you.
I'm sorry. I need to keep the speaker close to my mouth and speak slowly because there's a intermittent short in the microphone on the main board of the phone.
I understand.
So no, please. Sorry for misgendering you up front. And
accept your apology.
And please tell me more. You probably know Michelle better. These people have intruded in my life. I'm old hippie. I'm not part of this scene at all. I don't even play video games. I haven't ever hardly. So tell me more, please.
I completely agree. The way I see it was what she had to say. I can relate. I also fucked on.
You look real funny trying, fuck Stain. You're children. You're children. You're ignorant asshole children. I really pity your grandparents because your parents are probably fucking idiots. Why am I so stupid? No, I'm so honest. I'm not anywhere near about to die. Let's see if there's anybody here. Let's just put these people in timeout. Yeah, this is just nuts. Yeah, they're all nuts. And they okay, well, here, let's take another one. This is, go ahead. Go ahead. Next pervert. Hello. This is Tommy.
coming up to you and shit.
Excuse me?
No, I had closer and shit. You look Cooper out in the old chair.
Say again?
I said, you look Cooper out in the motherfucking old chair.
I don't understand anything you said, but motherfucker, so goodbye. I'm cutting down on weed, on tobacco and it sounded like gibberish. Yeah, I never molested dogs. No, I'm not smoking more cigarettes. Go fuck yourself, Tilly. Goodbye.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
I'm really interested to hang up on me because I'm black.
That wasn't why I hung up on you. I couldn't understand.
Well, it was why you hung up on me. You didn't hang up on that, sir. Oh, because he was what? Oh, is that the reason why you want to be a bigot?
No, I hung up on you because I couldn't understand you before, and I'm going to hang up on you now because you're a raging maniac. I don't give a fuck what color you are, dude. You're an insane raging maniac. Go fuck yourself. Goodbye. Has nothing to do with your race. It's your attitude, motherfucker. All of you. Goodbye. Just goodbye. No, and I haven't since 1999. I lost the last of what I had in an accident. I'm hoping to get a set of dentures. I need to get some surgery. No. To get a plate removed. And you know, basically, I'm going to sit here. I don't know what the good dentures are. I don't give a shit. I just want some dentures. But I need to get a plate removed. Dakhil garbage. Was that the guy screaming at me? Ah, shit. Go ahead, caller. I can eat just about anything but something that's got too much gristle in it or vegetables that haven't been cooked. Hard vegetables that haven't been cooked. You know, that's nuts. How's your dad, Lewis? You know, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna let the chat run. I'm gonna time out the idiots. Go ahead, caller. It's your turn to get stupid.
Why are you hanging up on my Uncle Tequila? That's racist.
I didn't understand a word you said. Would you repeat that, please?
Why are you hanging up on my Uncle Tequila?
Oh, because I don't do the same kind of show as Michelle. You and your uncle, please go back to her channel and leave me the fuck alone. Bye. Woo. Woo. Uncle Brother Lewis. So we're getting the McKim family here tonight. So you guys know this crowd. I don't want anything to do with it. You know, I'm a hippie artist. I'm invested. I'm invested in. You're not welcome here, Mr. German dude. You're out of here. You're out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna just, I'm not picking up the phone until somebody tells me they want to call me from the chatter. This is just, you people are just too, these people are just too insane. I'm just an old hippie artist. I'm a stone cutter. I'm a dumpster diver. I'm a famous dumpster diver. People have written award-winning, sir. Oh, yeah, yeah. Is that you now? I'm sure. Is this you, Sabrina? I'm not picking it up until she says yes. I don't use fabric softener. I don't remember. It's some kind of budget pods. It's the cheapest. It was the cheapest. It was the cheapest bag of pods. Well, they have to be made specifically for a person's jaw, and that's the problem. That's why I don't have them yet. Probably the coolest thing. My mother found the coolest thing that ever went through my hands that came out of the garbage. She found in her building's garbage. She found well, that was you. Try again, and I'll pick it up. Hello. I picked it up. Try it again. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hello. Yeah, and if you're not Sabrina Bartley, I'm hanging up.
My name is Joseph Dixie. I'm the one that I contacted you in the chat log and been notified of the situation. I just want to say preliminarily, I hope you are keeping file of all these incidents with individuals in the chat.
The chats, as far as I know, thank you. As far as I know, the chats just say.
I feel they were inciting a mob against you, an innocent man, and I wanted to defend you.
I appreciate that, but I appreciate it if you understood that I'm not a man.
Well,
yeah, well, nothing. I'm not interested in the representation of a transphobic individual.
I mean, in the sense of human being.
Yeah, well, my name is Tommy, and thank you.
I see what these vicious trolls are doing to you, and I just think we should get them. Yeah.
Well,
in my office, we handle this very sort of thing. We deal with cyber police in particular. That's something we do a lot of.
Where is your office?
We would be delighted to speak with you in depth about this in private, of course. I just thought I would contact you.
No, I appreciate that.
What the things that they were saying about you. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, they've turned a real common innocent incident into like a vicious rape. It's just,
I'm sorry, could you speak up?
I said, nah, it's better not to talk about it more. It's just the whole thing. It's like they take things that I say and then inject their own perverted fantasies into it.
Yes, and this is just the sort of thing that we will get at YouTube for not removing these. I'm just going to go out and say it. I think they're Russian bots. I think they're Russian bots.
Actually, there's a Defense Department employee and a whole mess of veteran in IT operatives that have been on this shit for 10 years. And
Didn't these YouTube accounts?
no. It's there.
Getting rid of.
I've been getting dogged on the internet since January 21st, 1999.
What did I hear about? You said dogs?
I said I've been getting dogged, like stalked, harassed on the internet since January 21st, 1999. I had about 50 machines.
Yes. Well, I can tell you this right now. We will put it into it. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to need to get a contact order agreement establishment signed. And then we are going to need to move on from there, talking about pricing, because obviously this is going to be pro bono, and we will need to talk about a retainer fee. And that will happen up front, but we can work out a payment plan down the road or something like that. If the case,
I tell you right up.
I'm going to be honest, I think you've got a case.
Wait till you see all the evidence. There's so much more to it than what you just saw. Yeah, well, I won't. Where are you?
I gotta get. I'm still in the office. I gotta make it home.
What city are you in?
I will be contacting you on me
Ms. Tommy, my tutors.
I'll get Ms. Tommy.
Thank you.
I will send you an email. We will get some preliminary paperwork started.
I'll be looking forward to it.
All right. Take care.
Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. This is me not holding my breath on that one. It's not like he's the first lawyer that's called that wasn't telling the truth. I don't have COPD. My lungs are clear. I have upper respiratory issues that I've been dealing with for years. And this is weed. Hello. Oh shit. I'd treat any raging maniac. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you're a raging maniac, I'm gonna hang up on you. I can't afford it. That's fucking expensive. I don't know. I've been writing a book for the last 20 years. I've been doing that. Let me clear it, make sure everything's off of it now, Sabrina, and I definitely want to hear what's on your mind. I don't trust hardly anybody. I know the McKims through their father, through Louis' father. Nah, I don't do that. No, I've been trying to just leave a paper trail. No shame in my game. I haven't done anything that I'm ashamed to stand in front of God and accept what God has to say about it. Who has the finest meat? How much does used packs cost? Oh, Daddy Bob wrote a few books. Gotcha. I'm Auntie Tommy. I've been just plowing along. The government pays my overhead, so I don't have to work very hard to make enough to keep myself comfortable. Hello. I'm gonna hang up on you too. This is not Michelle's show. Okay? Don't talk to Michelle like that. I'm not interested. I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna hang up on anybody. Yeah, well, that's because these assholes. It's clear now, Sabrina. Try again. Try again. I've been trying to make it with my music and my stones. Buy my stones, shit. I got wonderful stone. and buy my CDs or buy my partner CDs. We got CDs up at Bandcamp here. Let me give you um let me give you the I'm not going to pick up the phone until you come back and tell me that it's you calling, Sabrina. And I really don't trust this whole thing because I think people are trying to get me to say that name a lot. And it's quite possible that it's certain that well, we'll see how this progresses. 13-year-old child hanging out with adults. Do any of you know this person? Between 2007, 2009, I couldn't get any weed. And all that was surrounding me was crack. That shit, it's least bang for your buck. It's a shitty high. Shittier people using it, and even shittier people dealing with it. As soon as I got where I could get weed again, I did. I recognize that I need psychotropes for mood stabilizer and antipsychotic. I recognize that need. It's obvious a fucking heart attack. I will legitimately just put you in timeout. I don't care about those things. Well, this is true. This is true. I shouldn't do that. You're right, Nathaniel. So I'll just take a hit and hold it for a while, and I really I need to last it for a little while. I've been told that's pretty good. I don't have a lot of pain though. We THC and CBD do what I need. Always have. I knew it from the first puff I ever took that this was the substance that was best for me. And it's helped me a lot over the years. Now I need to just focus on like the tobacco, leaving tobacco alone, and I really need to start doing edibles or vaping the weed because I have to. It's mainly an economic thing. I can just barely afford to keep myself in bud. Yeah, that's what I usually do. I need to right here. Right here is where the problem is. It's where my sinus connects to my throat that the problem is. It's not in my lungs, and I need to do a purge. And soon because we're coming into the in the bud. I haven't been. I've been kind of keep an eye out for it, but I haven't seen any pricing on it that I was willing to commit to on a regular basis. Like I said, the government pays my overhead, but I have to earn my fun tickets. And buying bud's already a strain. And the prices just don't seem right to me on the CBD. I think there's some market adjustment. I have some Moldavite, Lewis. I have some lovely Moldavite. This is really, ah, if I can get a good shot on it. I don't know if you can see it. This is facet grade material. Just think. Thanks, Sabrina. They've been fed some misinformation, and they're projecting some don't worry about it. They're projecting their own perversions at me. There's a bunch of trolls. There's Moldavite. These guys, I'm only asking $5 a gram on it. Moldavite this quality usually isn't offered for less than 10. I have some fabulous Wyoming jade right now. Let me get some weights here. The biggest one is 7.85 grams. And the next is 7.9. The best one is 5.7, and I'm probably going to want more than $5. This is just a perfect, really, and it's a nicer color. So it's just a really good green, excellent green, and a nice nodule. Do you have your own channel, Sabrina? Is that what that person's asking about? Now, jade, I have this nice jade roller. Nice jade massage roller. Oh yeah, I do that too. Cut and polish. I don't do any calibrated stones. I do only designer caps. You know, freeforms. That's the kind of cutting I do. I also do a little bit of carving. So that's a guppy, fantail guppy on a Slaughter Mountain fire agate nodule. Or cowbell. I don't have any cowbells. Jade. I lucked in. I lucked into one of those fabulous gem show buys. And I happen to have some nice jade. And this one has a lot of the apple green in it. It's got real good, it's got the nephrite, the nice rich green, but it's also got a fair bit of the apple green through it. There you can see. I have some smaller ones that are more typical, but also have some of the apple green. This is a really nicely colored one. And this material usually goes for $1 a gram, but I don't need to get anywhere near that because it was one of those awesome deals, and I've already tripled my money on the parcel. See, this is more typical of the Wyoming jade. Got a lot of black, a little darker. This one is somebody. This is gonna turn into a heart. That's gonna be a nice jade heart. The big piece, here's a nice square one. It's the Moldavite is $5 a gram. And you're looking at, on the 3 big pieces. And I have smaller stuff. I have, some very nice, these are the 3 solid pieces, unbroken, like Tektite, I think is the proper word for these. Of these, the heaviest one is 7.8 times 5, $40 delivered. The middle one is 8, $40 for that one too. And the best one though, the best one is the smallest of the big ones. This one I can't sell this one for $5. So this one's got to be $8, and it comes out to 54. But I have smaller ones that I can do at $4. Smaller broken pieces, like this one, for instance. And that's like 2.8 grams times $3, $4. It's a little, not quite 12. Well, I'll do it 12 delivered. No, 12 delivered for a piece like this. And if you want to, I don't suppose you want to buy the whole parcel. It's all very nice material. Tanzanite, I only have little tiny ones. I have a couple of tiny little tanzanite crystals. Mostly, I have a lot of well, I got a lot of green stones, green and blue stones. And yes, I think my prices are very good. And if you buy a lot of it, they get better. I represent El Paso Rock Shop. These guys, out of El Paso, we have the salt lamps, shungite, abalone shells, sage bundles. What else has he got that is going to be of interest to the general spiritual audience here? He's got all kind of rocks, lots of rocks. Mostly cutting rough. That's his specialty. He's got lots of different kind of cutting rough, and I got some real special stuff from him. A couple of real special things. I'm gonna have to look up the specific transformational properties of chrysocolla azurite. It's a copper mineral. It's chrysocolla azurite in silica, and this material is just gorgeous. And it's, I will be carving a lot of these into critters. This is from Peru. I'll show you some of the bigger pieces and then get the really good ones out. That one's not so exciting, but it's nice. These are really nice. So much azurite all through the stone, and there you see that all that silica. This is going to cut. This is going to cut easily and take a good polish. Chrysocolla is notorious for fracturing when it's chalky, but this has got a lot of silica in it, and I've run some of it on the machine a little bit just to see how it would do, and it held together. It took a good fearsome. Here's the one that I messed. No, that is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's one of them. It takes a good finish. Yeah, and you got to do it with a mask. Yeah, I do wire wrap jewelry, and I have associates that do cold forging and do bezel work. I'm going to be working this stuff hard. I'm also going to be working this stuff pretty hard. Um, this is rutile quartz. So there's also some tourmaline quartz. These guys are just sweet. There's a lot of really nice intact crystals, and some really unusual ones, some really groovy ones, and some really nice bright uh, cutting rough, good sized chunks too. That'll cut a big stone. This will cut a real big stone. Bunch of them cut good sized stones. Like that, an easy cut. You just start like on the wheel, just a little bit, bam. You get to, face it, get to the edges and dome it. This is nice. This is all hand selected. This is all super select. Here's a red. This is red. This one's got the red rutile in it. This is all super select material. This is like 50 cents a gram. From me. Most places that have stuff of this quality want at least $1, and many of them want $4 or $5 for the quality of cutting material that I'm showing you folks. This piece is like $9 for that chunk with a fat red rutile and crisscrossed in there. Really, I don't know if you can see it. This is a really sweet piece. This finished stone will be, at least $50 to a jeweler. A finished this stone, and I'm offering it for 10 delivered. Then what else have we got that we're going to be? Oh, fire agate, a lot of fire agate, but the fire agate's not going to show up real well in the dark. Oh. Well, I really wasn't planning on staying past 3. I mean, past midnight, and here it is. I will be pausing. I mean, here it is. This is my studio. This is where I work, and I'm not running the same kind of show that Michelle is running. I'm the founder of a 35-year-old artisans cooperative that is invested in certain political activities. I don't know what to call myself at this point, because the Republic, there's no party that I can say that I identify with. I'm loyal to the principles of the U.S. Constitution and nonpartisan. I believe in electing people that have their constituencies' best interests in mind, not corporate best interests in mind. No, Michelle is an individual who I don't even know what to say about her, and I shouldn't say much of anything because there's a serious legal issue connected to anything I say about her at this point. She was manipulated into calling me out for things that I just refuse to talk to these idiots on air about, because they happened so long ago and are so insignificant, and they're trying to just inflate them into something that they really aren't, and make it be the defining aspects of my life, which is total fucking defamation of character. And that's about all I really want to say about it. No, these people have nothing to do with the stone business. They're trolls. They're shit talking trolls. People that just go look at a channel called The Cringe Report. And it's just shit talking people. Just total shit talking people. They find people that they think are they can ridicule for one reason or another, and then they talk shit. Um, the Kiwi farmers have allegedly driven 7 people to suicide, and yo, dude, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Brian K. the second. Watch how fast I'll get rid of you if I don't like what you're saying. Now I'm a business person. I'm not here. This is not the First Amendment land. Go. You want to talk? You want to go talk in First Amendment land. This is private enterprise. You're intruding on. Okay, that's where it's at. And I'm the chief operating officer. Chief executive officer won't even get on the camera because there's so many assholes in the audience. I don't give a fuck what you call it. You're out of here. If you have nothing to say that's relevant to what we're talking about, you're out of here. Plain and simple. I mean, I'm going to ignore you for a little while until you say something that I'm going to react to. I don't give a fuck what you think. I really don't. I don't care. Who are you? What are you about? What do you want to get in my face about? I don't know what you mean by that, Nathaniel. Oh, well, you're your own worst nightmare, son. You're, tell me why you're my worst nightmare. Is that some kind of threat? Yeah, I don't know what you mean by 7 people. Dude, go away. You're gonna try and game me with some movie plot now? Fuck off. Next. So does anybody have a real interest in Stone this evening? Because I've had my fill of trolls for a while. I'm gonna just go take a quick cruise around. Oh yeah, I was doing something that I didn't finish, so I'll finish that. And as I was telling a story, you're about to get some funny faces of me typing. Oh shit, I have to upload that before I can do that. Fuck. Where can I upload that? Well, might as well upload it to Twitter. It's 420 somewhere. Oh shit. Oh, it's not plugged in. Yeah, so something tells me that Sabrina's bogus to get me to say Sabrina a lot so that they could monkey with the audio and project their own deviant fantasies into my reality as if I did it. You gotta have some really something not connected quite right in people that make them enjoy inflicting pain on others. Okay, I didn't see it. Shit. Yeah, small-minded people talk about other people. I really try to stay out of celebrity politics and stick to like actual things and events and ideas and not particular individuals. And it's really like poor form to be naming individuals in public, um, calling them out, so to speak. You know, the whole shame and blame game. It's the harder they try to shame somebody else, the more likely it is that they did something shameful that they're in denial about. There it is. Um, what I'm uploading is a photo of this baby. I'm not sure where the camera is. I'm looking at something else. Now, anybody really seriously interested in buying stone is requested to like check with me at Instagram or Twitter or um, my site. We're not really ready to sell off the site yet, and I don't know if we can. I still have to meet with El Paso about website because he don't have one, and I got his catalog to work with. So that's going to happen along with Real Things catalog out on the website. This kind of file isn't supported yet. What the fuck? Oh, I guess I have to save that bitch to my computer first. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Come on. Time to empty the camera. There's way too much shit in it. Here we go. Now let's try that again. Okay, we got the picture at Twitter. At Twitter. Almost. Come on. Oh, it's hanging. It's fucking hanging. Shit. Okay. See what's going on Twitter. That. Another one claiming Palestine and Palestinians never existed. For those of you who don't, um, oh, hi, Kenny. Hardly an old woman either. 64, but feel like 40. This is actually new. Thanks, Tiffany, I guess. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Brian, bye. The regulators, bye. Nobody's sane. Believes that what it was molestation, and anybody who does, yeah, well, Outlaw Pete, if you want to listen to the accusations of strangers, I don't want your business anyway. You know, I've been in business 35 years. The guy that I represent has been in business longer. Yeah, I know, and I'm going to be building it. This is Herb's paying in $100 on Saturday. Um, you know, because I may not go on the road. Uh, I mean, I'll definitely be in Las Vegas. Um, but I probably won't go to many other shows. I'm not going to go all the way to Franklin unless it's going to make it really worth my while. I'm going to be building the site for him. Yeah, Outlaw Pete, I'm sorry you were exposed to that shit, but this stuff is, you know, impacted my life negatively. And I really, if you're going to believe it, I really don't need your business. I was in Vegas. I don't like casinos. I was in a casino. I was in Vegas in 1989. We were traveling through there on the way to the Rainbow Gathering, and we went to a casino one night. I was sitting there at the blackjack table with like all this noise from the pinball, the slot machines going on around me. And these people like, and a ding, 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 and then every now and then there'd be a loud ding, 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 and are you 18 or something? And it's only you got to be 21 in America. I didn't like it. I was even up a little bit. I was like, nah, this is not for me. Gotcha. Nice to have adults here. uh Well, I think the ages of consent are a little high. They need to be dropped to like 15 or 16. Most of Europe is down there. The Orient is even lower. Um, um, and kids are sexually active younger. Yeah, right. Cherry. They lost their cherry. you you probably gave yours away. You probably gave yours away to Rosie Palm. Yeah, these people are trying to vilify me for failing to throw a young woman who's not quite 16 out of my own bed that she was in there with my old lady. Probably because you're a jerk. um, it's just so weird, and they're trying to make it like I like stole her, I robbed her of her innocence and just totally destroyed her life and yada yada yada. And they don't give a fuck that like real rapists are getting off without any jail time because they're too white and too rich to put in a jail. They're gonna come after me 36 years later for something that wasn't even rape, and call me an unrepentant statutory rapist because I laugh at them because there's too many people. You know, I have screen cap the fuck out of it. You're an idiot. I'm admitting to something that is not prosecutable. That's okay. Well, maybe you're too nice. Yeah, there is. Um, I don't know if I'll sell. Why don't you just buy some? $50 will get you a decent blowjob. Uh, yeah, it was, well, she wasn't quite 16. She was like 15 and 3/4. And she said that with my old lady. I came in tired. I wasn't, they rolled apart. It's invited me in. I wasn't really thinking, oh well, she's underage. And 35 years from now, people are going to want to take me to have a trial. Well, they're all bullshit. But they're all distortions of what really happened. Tell them all you like. I don't even know who Slutastic Trans Girl is. And I don't know there. I never had any interaction with anybody at Street Jelly in any strange way. I might have said some things, but so what? This is a talented teen I was talking about. And whatever I said, these people are injecting their own perversions into my life as if I did it and try to hold me responsible for it. Fuck you and the bullshit you wrote in on, Huel. Bye. So back to this, yes. We all want to be wanted. We all want to be wanted. All that stuff is bullshit. I've never had an improper relationship with anybody. The Sabrina here in this chat is almost certainly a setup. My community knows about me. I haven't admitted anything that anything's prosecutable except in the minds of you perverts. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you thinking that I did. No, absolutely not. The only thing I really regret was putting some embellishments on the story when I first told it and not changing the name. That's the only regret I have. There is nothing that these people can do that will change my memory of the event and how I feel about it. No, you're the one that's gonna be made. You're just a bunch of fucking idiots. You tried to take this to the dark web before. Yeah, you're just idiots. You are just fucking idiots. You're just displaying to the world what idiots you are. And Mystery M, you just made an open threat. So we're going to report that as a threat of violence. There's an imposter on the channel. Unless you see the big gold No, Tiffany, go ahead. You're fine. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make something real clear. There is an imposter on the channel. If you don't see the yellow there, it's not me. Hello, Israel. What would you like to say? Would you like to talk? You gonna call me? Now I'm in a pretty good mood. Uh, no, no. I've been doing fine mostly. I've been sitting here entertaining idiots for the last hour. As really all. Tiffany, I'm a pretty well-known artist in the underground. Yeah, douche canoes. Total fucking douche canoes. I had a mostly good day. Uh, I had the Winstead, Connecticut police go have a talk with Michelle. These people are just being way too intrusive. And I'm an artist. I'm trying to sell my art. I'm trying to do political commentary. I'm not trying to entertain idiots, especially. Uh, I don't care what you think. I'm known to the underground. I'm a live performer. I perform live in front of tens of thousands of people all over America. So go fuck yourself. So anyway, how did what go? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't heard back from him, and I haven't bothered him about it. I don't care really. I haven't bothered Peterson about it. The boys are bragging about having Peterson paid off at Discord. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've been documenting this harassment for years, and I got numerous witnesses to it. Now, have you got anything sensible to say, or should we just like throw you out? So I have no, I've been talking to Israel for years. The McKims were here. Yeah, okay, goodbye. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like harassment. It is. Thanks for the warning, Nathaniel Demarest. Go fuck yourself. With a spiked Louisville Slugger. Rhonda, you're gone. I'm not going to get arrested for anything. Okay. I can close the chat box. I don't give a fuck. But I'd rather you just show yourselves. Yeah, you're gone too. It was. Oh, thanks for coming back, man. This happened. Would you like to hear my side of the story? This happened 36 years ago. I was 28. She was not quite 16. She'd been sexually active for quite some time. She'd been on her own since she was 9, off and on. Her parents were abusive college professors. And it was actually kind of an exercise in writing erotic fiction, is what it was really all about. And it just got out of hand because it was these trolls at a site that was just completely outrageous, and it got out of hand. You're not her. So that's really all. It was nothing. It was nothing then, and they're trying to make it into something now. And most people who hear the whole thing understand. And I'm really sorry you were exposed to this, because I really do. Um, when I get a moment, I really don't want to stay up very late tonight, man. Say something that makes me believe that you're Gary. Another message board is the board that's being run by these IT guys, DOD contractor IT guys. I guess are tasked to fuck with people like me. They're the ones that put the kiwi farmers on me. No, I'm not. Dude, I don't believe you're really a stone buyer. I'm an intersex person. It was 36 years ago. Fuck you. Goodbye. Israel, are you still here? What's what damage? Yeah, well, and it was 35 years ago. And she'd been like, she came to me because she was living because she was living on. Yeah, who's we? Are you? You're the ones that are putting all these people on. How's that going to help me, man? Oh boy, I got thrown out of the gem show because of the bullshit these people are pushing. Cost me and my client at least $100,000 in lost sales. I had already written at least $20,000 in invoices when I got thrown out, and the show still had 10 days to run. Yeah, really. Then they sent this big fucking biker in on me. Israel, it all emanates from Thomas Butler. Okay? I have a witness who's not one of you. He claims to have put a number. The youngest girl, my high school honey I was not quite 16. I don't think she was quite 14, but we didn't do anything not really naughty. Sabrina was the only one that was younger than me. Most of the girls I know I wasn't with very many women in my life. I was 28. She was not quite 16. Oh yeah, they sent somebody into the gem show, tell the fucking show promoter that I was a registered sex offender. Then when the cops came, then they told him that I wasn't. They got the show promoter still decided she wanted to get rid. Oh fucking hey, well Skippy, he's gonna. He's already supposedly gotten several groups like yours shut down. Y'all have met him. Hello. Yes.
So, do you understand why people are upset though at all?
I don't give a fuck. Goodbye. I really don't care. I'm not going to discuss this with you children. I don't care what your sanctimonious simpering. Save it for Michelle. Go talk on Michelle's channel. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, so Tiffany. Oh, thanks. I know. I've been doing it for years. Yeah, I'm not gonna discuss bullshit from 36 years ago by a bunch of fucking simpering sycophants gathered around a sociopath that's in his mother's basement, no less. Fucking unemployed. He graduated his the yawning sneasel, total fucking idiot. Yes. More than likely. No, you're not being an adult. I'm not interested in the conversation that you're having. Goodbye. I'm not running the same kind of channel Michelle is. Goodbye. I'm not going to discuss this crap. I shouldn't what? So what? It's SSDI. So what? You testify against yourself, man. I have your. I'm not going to accept any calls unless somebody announces that they're doing it. You testify yourself against yourself. I have all these transcripts, and I have phone conversations with you. I'm not answering unless somebody tells me it's them calling. Okay, that's what it is. This is not Michelle's channel. I'm not a kiwi farmer. I'm not playing the game. Well, it's all lies and distortions. I don't care if anybody reads it. I'm not answering the phone unless somebody is announcing that they're going to call me. That's where it's at. I don't need to hear this shit from you idiots. Yeah, I don't give a fuck who you believe. I never took advantage of a minor. So you're gone, man. You're gone. No, it's, I have a business I'm running, and you're trying to put some bullshit in my face about 30 years ago, 36 years ago, that was nothing then. Nobody was harmed by it. I was invited into the bed by two lesbians. One of them happened to be underage. Fuck you. I'm not discussing this anymore. It's only 12:41 here. They're calling from the East Coast. So Tiffany, what brings you here? No, I shouldn't. Yeah, go, 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 go fucking infest Michelle's channel. Let's find this channel and block that fucking thing. That one's too much. How the fuck do these people like come up with these names of channels that don't show up in the search when you put it in there? That's really like bothering the fuck out of me. I can't block these people if I can't find their channel, huh? And then they go and make more. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the best I can to just like not say anything to these idiots. Just just put it down when I see it. So Israel, you still here? No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You simpering sanctimonious fucking sociopaths. It's all you are. The louder you bleat about how wrong it is, the more likely it is that you do it. Goodbye. Good night. No, you're the one that's going to go to prison, Michelle. Bye. This is not Michelle's channel. No, I'm not. I live in heaven. You people are going to just cease to exist on the last day. Go read Deuteronomy 28. Steam me? I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I really don't want to know. There's part of a group of people that sit on the web and find people that they're jealous of. Stream me. Oh, away from YouTube. I see. They'll still chase me there. These people have been chasing me all over the web for years. On Stream Me, just where I want to be. I managed to build a good circle of friends at Facebook and at Twitter, and that I don't need to expose myself to these trolls. They have no agenda except to harm people for fun and profit. And it's about fun and profit. Go look at the Go look at the tax returns. That law cow Kiwi Farms, Joshua Moon. I had somebody on earlier, Jasmine, that was talking about what a pedophile he is, a real pedophile. Oh, I'm just going to bed tonight. Um, I was just hanging out before I went to bed, see what kind of idiots were going to show their faces. Your financials are a lot of my concern. You're claiming you're making a lot of money off of me. So, Israel, I don't know, your logic is like illogical. And eventually, one day, you're going to have to face your ancestors. One day, all of you will be facing your ancestors. Now, my ancestors have been directing me all my life. So I'm going to go to where they are. I don't give a fuck what any, huh? How so what? How are you going to answer your ancestors? Um, well, I don't know what how will you be punished? It depends on how much harm you people have done. You've hardly harmed me, but um, you've harmed a lot of people pretty badly. Probably a fair number of them fatally. As far as Luke 17:2, yeah, well, um, my ancestors got a thing or two to say to you. Okay, my future self and your future self aren't going to live on the same world unless you come to me on your knees, sir. I got the impression that maybe you ought to go and tie a millstone around your neck and jump in the ocean. That's what I got from that. Because if you're trying to tell people what an awful person I am, you're leading the small ones astray. So goodbye. No, Jesus is my cousin. Seriously, Israel, you've been gaslighting me for years. I've been documenting it. You and I are going to face each other in front of authorities one day. You've been gaslighting me for years. You and I are going to face each other in front of authorities one day. I don't know who the we is. Oh, that's a much higher authority than Matt, dude. Go Google Sanhedrin. You can doubt it all you like, but the only thing that's going to stop that is for me to be killed before it happens. And even then, if my vision of the last day is, you're not gonna be like pleased that you've been doing what you've been doing to me for all these years. No, I mean I realize I might be deluding myself, but God, my father's is pissed, and the mother of my mother's holds my feet to the ground. It's the only thing that keeps me alive. There's his hand on my heart, and her hands on my feet. And my I have like grandparents who are all on the other side. I have dear friends who are all on the other side. There are celebrities on the other side who said hello. So the last day is coming, and the dead will rise. I think it's the drive here. I think somebody wanted I think it was Ezekiel 17. These guys like to, uh, yeah, you can snap and snarl at me all you like, demons. I don't care. Um, let's read Ezekiel 17. I think it was the dry bones. Um, the dry bones prophecy of Ezekiel. That's not the one. It's 18. No, shit. Let's see if we can find them. Chapter 37. Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 37. I use the make.org, Hebrew and English translations. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and the Lord carried me out in the spirit and set me down in the midst of a valley, and it was full of bones. And he caused me to pass by them around about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest. Then he said unto me, Prophesy over these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, put breath in you, and you shall live. And you shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise. And unto me prophecy unto the breath, prophecy, Son of man, saith to the breath, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great host. And then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried up, and our hope is lost. We are clean cut off. And therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, O my people, and I shall bring you into the land of Israel. I didn't see any of that happen in 1948. Therefore prophecy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, oh, that's what I said before already. And you shall know that I'm the Lord when I open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, O my people. And I will put my spirit in you, and you shall live, and I will place you in your own land. And you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken and performed it, says the Lord. I didn't see none of that happen in 1948. But it's going to happen. You know, I was talking about this with a young lady I met recently. Uh, yeah, well, I am. Uh, I'm not advocating for preteen sex permits. I'm advocating for lowering the age of consent to 16. I think there should be some, and I advocate for younger girls than that who are precociously promiscuous to be able to apply for, I don't care if it's 9 years old. If they're wanting to do it, they should like let the courts know that they want to do it and let the court decide whether they can do it or not, rather than going out and luring some man into it and ruining his life. So don't try to project your pedophilia bullshit at me uh, at all. Every single one of you accusing me of being a pedophile is a pedo pervert of their own right. I'm just an intersex person who has mostly been like abstaining. I don't care. I really don't. That's not my business. What I care about is a young person who wants to have sex. 9 is very low. 9 is, I was just being cold to, to put the logic out there. If a person wants to have sex, 9 is real low, and 12 is kind of low too. I'm really with my my peers. Well, that a blanket statement like that is not supportable in the face of clinical data. We have there are young people. 9 years old is awful young. But in Hebrew, yeah, I was being real honest when I was saying 9. I was being facetious. 9 years old is very, very young. 12 years old is too young. 12 years old is way too young. My peers are pretty much adamant about not going below 16. I personally agree with them, but wouldn't object to 15. I don't think any younger than that is wise. That they need to be yeah, you can't put me behind bars if I don't commit a crime, fool. It just can't be done. Um, so Tiffany, are you under 18? It's like, I really don't need to be baited by assholes with somebody with a minor on the set. Whether you're sincerely a nice person or not doesn't matter. Okay, thank you. The names that idiot. I'm an artist on the social networks, and there are minors that are friendly with adults, and there's nothing sexual about the relationship. And so you're gonna be 21 soon, huh? There was nothing sexual about the relationship between these young women and the adult men, especially when it's like on a music channel. Oh yeah, well there's yeah, this I don't care what you think. You're gonna get ages now. You can get ages. This Lumi uh, is some kind of demonic creature that's part of Michelle's multiple personality disorder. Holy shit, she's got a ton of stations. Looks like there's a ton of them for this fucking nut bag. I am not running the same kind of channel that Michelle slash Lumi is running. Co-inhabitant, twin soul. No, I mean, take up your spiritual issues with somebody else and keep it out of my life. Okay, that's taken care of. Oh, please don't engage that person. He's a professional troll. Notice that's two different accounts he's working with. Thanks. No, talk to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm an artist, a political commentator. Um, yeah, well, you're not going to succeed. Thanks for coming back, Kenny. I'm having trouble keeping up with this shit. Can you block any of these people completely? Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm really not. You're believing lies, and you're an idiot, or you're just part of it. That's about right. I'm trying to peddle art. I'm trying to peddle my music. My associates and I sell CDs for $5 a piece. I've got a room full of rocks here I'm trying to pedal. I've got my instruments right here. I'm happy to play any time of day. It'd be nice if you feed the hat, you know. And instead, I got these fucking maniacs who want to try and call me a child predator because of a story that they distorted from 36 years ago and injected all their own perversions into it. Now, I'm 64 years old and I'm in really, really good health. I don't give a fuck what you say. I really don't. And like he's got three. Here's a third account. I don't give a fuck what It's distortions. You're all a bunch of fucking alt-right assholes. I don't try to hunt anybody. I'm doing what I do, and sometimes children have an interest and ask me questions, and there is nothing at all improper that passes between me and children ever. And most of the time, their parents are right there. Oh, so you're a neo-Nazi. You're a neoliberal Nazi. Just go fuck yourself. Go report me to something. Just get out of my channel with your fucking fake accounts. This is all gonna be like presented to like YouTube's legal department. I'm not suing any individuals. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna show YouTube what the fuck they're harboring. I could go for some lobster too. Um, Best I can do tonight is tuna fish. Look at this, 4 accounts now. Kenny, would you keep an eye on this shit? I'm gonna go hunting. Try to shut this shit down from the other end. Gosh, scroll through a ton of videos to find any Jimmy McGill channels, but we're finding them. We got 10 of them so far. Yeah, I usually am up until bar time on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Saturday night. I didn't go out tonight because the weather's shitty right now. I can't really be blowing my horn after 10 o'clock. I feel like going right to bed and see what's out there. I mean, there's been some nice people on, show up and interesting folks. And I just gotta swat the trolls. Whack-a-mole. Whack-a-troll. Oh, what's this? What have we here? Ha! Ran into one calling itself Rat King. Okay, I think we're running out of Jimmy McGill's. Okay, that's plenty of that. Holy shit. 3, 6, 9, 12 of them. Let's close some of this other crap. So I'm gonna bog the browser down. And I'll be back with y'all in a minute. When they're this persistent and there's so many of them, it's very difficult to ignore them all completely. Which is the best thing to do. You just don't want to feed the trolls at all. Just don't even acknowledge their existence. When you speak in response to something they said, don't say it directly to them. Say it to everybody else. If there's any transgender people in the audience tonight, steak's okay. I don't eat much red meat anymore. I'm mostly chicken and fish and veggies and fruit and grains. I'm in Tucson. And where are you? I love shellfish. Oh wow, Warwick, Rhode Island. My family was out there. I've only been there once. We were at Point Judith in Galilee. It's so beautiful. Block Island Sound. I loved it. I've always wanted to go back. Shellfish. They had at the market. I think it's Point Judith was the fishing town. And they had in one of these cookie tins. They had a lobster bowl. Oh man, $5. This was like in 1968. It was $5. You know what it costs now to get a lobster with steamer clams and some. They had fillet of sole wrapped around little sausages in there and potatoes and carrots and shit, and you just take the thing and put it on the fire and wait for the steam to come out and eat it. $5 in 1968. I've always wanted to go back there. It's a lot of fun surf fishing. What do you think it costs these days? I can get a lobster here that's maybe £1.50 for $15 live. We can get some. There's a market here in town that that's not too bad. There's a market here in town. The small ones, I think it's only $10 or $12 a pound. But most of the ones they have are bigger than a pound. Don't ever buy any of those ones that are in the frozen ones. God, they're terrible. They lose something unless unless you boil them alive. They lose something. I don't know. Poor lobsters. Did you see the thing a few years ago where the guy went and they caught like this huge lobster that I would imagine you don't. Some guy I think it was off of Long Island. This happened where they got this like a 76-pound lobster or 7-pound lobster. I think it was giant lobster, and the guy paid like I think it was hundreds of dollars. Let me see if I can find that story. It's a cool story. It was a few years ago. Yeah, he bought the lobsters just so he could release it. Totally cool story. And they figured the lobster was like 100 years old or something like that. It was 23-pound lobster. And this isn't even the same story. This is a different one. I swear there was a man bought one. There's a giant 132-pound lobster was released after 20 years in captivity. The lobster, the guy bought the lobster with the restaurant, but he was missing a claw, so nobody ever selected him. But here's the cool. I thought this was a man did this. It was a woman, and it happened in the Bay of Fundy. It was a 23-pounder, and she paid. Here's the link. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'll just give you guys the link. It's a. I can't abide by one of the reasons I'm not eating much red meat at all is that I can't. My conscience doesn't let me eat the factory meat. That makes me feel real bad. But I come from a family of farmers and fishermen and hunters, and there's and being Jewish, when you give thanks to the Creator and to the animal for giving its life so that it can sustain yours. $230, so it's $10 a pound. She paid for it. Yeah, that's market price. It's $10 a pound. Um, you know, when no, that's market price. That's market is what you paid for it. That's cool. That's pretty right on. Um, but when you give thanks for it, when you respect the creature, no, it doesn't help the animal. But you know what? It's a cruel universe, man. Eat or be eaten, and you're gonna get eaten when you stop breathing. Um, it's a real cruel universe. Um, I have no problem with like taking the life of the animal myself and eating it. And not sure any vegan is going to tell me it's going to make me feel any different about that because my ancestors have been doing it for hundreds of generations. Hundreds of generations, man. Um, we had a dairy farm and we ate those cows sometimes. I had no problem with that. Um, I'm also a zoologist and I know that when domesticated animals are treated properly and are allowed to range and graze and do their thing, that and they have the farmer to protect them from the predators. Um, yeah, well, this is where I draw the line is that, we had an organic dairy farm. Um, those cows were loose most of the time, except when they were getting milked. And we didn't use any chemicals on their field. We fertilized their field with their own shit. We grew the corn with their shit. And corn and hay fields were fertilized with cow shit. And those cows are loved. The calves got to nurse for a while before they were taken away for to be sold for veal. It was a whole different thing back in the '60s. Uh, I can't, if you see how those animals are treated today, you would not eat the meat. I can't. I really can't. It bothers me a lot. I'm down to just sandwich meat, not much of that either. As far as factory farm meat, most of what I'm eating is coming out of the ocean, and I it's hard for me to get uh, uh, good chicken. Chickens, even the free range chickens aren't treated right. If you want to keep, I don't put vegans down for being vegetarian at all, and I don't think it's right for vegans to put down people um, who use animal products. My people have been doing it for hundreds of generations. I'm not going to stop because of some righteously indignant vegan. No, there's that's it's not it's go ahead, be vegan, but don't other people want to eat or use animal products. It's none of your business. Um, no, I'm not gonna get into the middle of that one. Hey man, you gonna punch the clock in the morning? I'm talking about slaves. I object to the way that animals were treated, but I come from a farming family. I'd like to see uh, that sort of farming restored. Whatever. My um, you're done here. Bye. Goodbye. Next. This is not a First Amendment zone. I'm not here to debate people about shit like that. not at all. Um, I respect the vegan, and I'm respecting the animals in the way I was raised to respect the animals, and I'm not going to debate it with anybody. You got to learn to respectfully disagree. You know, I everybody's different, and I'm respecting the animals as I was raised to do. Um, go take that kind of stuff to Michelle's channel, to the people that are into that shit. I'm here to have like pleasant discussions with people, not confrontational bullshit. I haven't. I would like to shoot a deer someday. Um, or maybe go after one with a knife. I don't know. I can't do it with deer. I just don't know. I love to eat it. My brother-in-law used to shoot them. But then his kids his kids did it when they were young, but then when they got to be teens, it's like, Dad, no, we're done with this. And you are too. So I don't think I could. I've had too many close encounters with deer in a while. I could probably shoot a boar, but I wouldn't eat it. uh, I don't know, and I don't care. Um, it's not my channel. I'm not part of that reality, and I don't want to discuss here. So next, we're talking about hunting right now. Hunting and fishing. We were fishers mostly. My father was. I don't like to say was, because he's still alive and he's still a bass fisherman, but he's no longer doing the bass tournaments, the catch and release bass tournaments. He was a pioneer in the development of that. We fished a lot. Had friends that hunted. His buddy was into birds, so we get pheasant with little bits of buckshot in it all the time. And then there was always somebody who had deer. Bass is delicious. We Big difference. They stocked. We're from Chicago, and there's lots of largemouth bass. They don't get real big. 3-4 pounds at the most. They're pretty small up that far north. Um, but they're there. Walleye is up there, and then they went and stocked the lake. The lake had gotten like decimated by um, the lake had gotten decimated by the alewives and lampreys, and they restocked it with coho salmon, and they used to fish for that. Do something called spoon plugging, where they had it was a spoon, kind of bent spoon with hooks, and they just troll, they troll slowly, and the salmon, the bass flesh is real white, and the salmon's kind of pink, and they have completely different flavors, much sweeter, the bass, and even sweeter than the bass is walleye. As they're from deeper, colder water, the bass can get a little bit muddy sometimes. Yeah, they're causing big problems. I haven't been keeping up with that. They're finding that in places. Yeah, I should look at that, because that's what I really don't do. I mean, that's I'm a fisheries biologist. That it never worked out, and so let's see what's up with the Asian carp these days. Okay, there hasn't been any news really much on it. She was introduced. They were brought into the fish farms to control weeds and parasites. Let's see if there's any current news. There's one thing we want to look at, though. The most recent thing here is watch how Illinois fishermen turned the invasive Asian carp into a business model. They were originally being raised for food with other species of food fish. Here's something fresh just from this week. On PBS from GreatLakesNow.org. Here's the link. You're going to read a lot of things that are not true. You're going to read things that are true that have been distorted. And you're going to go fuck yourself. You're not welcome on this channel anymore, sir. I don't know. There are fish that do that. Let's see what it's got to say. If you can't beat them, eat them. University of Illinois serves invasive carp for dinner. Silverfin sliders. They're making carp burgers. Okay, now let's find out. Just gotta learn how to ask Google these things. And this was asked at they've asked it about lobster. Packaged warnings that this sounds like bullshit. Packaged warnings that frozen fish may come alive. Inside may come alive. A package of frozen whole fish contains a warning that they may come alive when thawed. Pond loaches are a popular food fish in East Asia. They live in polluted waters and have a layer of mucus that protects. The loaches freeze in ponds over the winter and revive when the spring thaw arrives. Fish can be revived if they've been frozen. There's a whole lot of, I don't know if Asian carp, they've ever done it with Asian carp, but it seems like they've done it quite a bit. Yeah, arts and entertainment. You know, if you're entertained by yelling at people about things you were told about them by other people who don't even know that person, it's not welcome on this channel, directed at me or anybody else. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's just totally ridiculous. You know, I have stones here for sale. I have music for sale. I've got plenty of fun stories. There's always news to share. There's, you know, things that are shared interests to talk about. This is what the social networks is supposed to be about. Now, if you want to go and get into that kind of shit, take it to a channel that does that stuff. Kiwi Farms, Cringe Report, any of that. Just keep it off of mine. I'm not interested in your life. You've shown too much of an interest in mine, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I need to protect my life from yours. If you can't leave me alone on your own, I'm gonna see to it that no No, Ari and I were working on something tonight. Um, Ariana has a number of CDs that are available. Lots of them. Um, I wasn't real pleased. We didn't like really work on anything. That nothing really clicked. She was kind of groping her way around the keyboard and ended up kind of dirgy, which is like totally not where my head has been at lately, playing music. Um, but Ariana's got a number of albums available at Bandcamp for $5. You can listen for free or download them for $5. And eventually I'll get mine up there too. I don't know if I'll put it with hers or what. I mean, there'll be a couple of tracks with her. You know, it might be Tommy Tudor with Found Objects of Desire. I don't know yet. I really don't know yet. I'm not sure. I mean, I know that I have moments that I've recorded in the past couple of years that impressed me. That I know if I can cut them out, I don't know how many of you understand improvisational jazz, because that's really all I'm doing. It's just I'm running off at the mouth, working different keys. Um, and music has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I know there's, I don't stick to like, we were talking about 12 bar blues tonight. Um, I don't stick to the exact formula, but no, there's moments. I know there's 2 to 4 minute clips that where I was consistent on something, working a riff and doing variations on that theme that I could come up how much 10 5-minute tracks. No. Yeah, I said you can read it if you want, but don't talk about it here. Fuck you and all the questions you're asking. Goodbye. That site's toxic. I hope they infected your computer too. I have no dogs right now. I haven't had dogs in many years. The dogs performed with me when I did have dogs. Uh, I've never been able to like really relate to the rhythm. I'm if I went over some of my live on the street stuff, I get guys come up and bye. We're not going to discuss anything stupid. I have people come up on the street want to rap with me, um, and rarely they, sometimes it works. When I'm going through, I'll watch out for that because there are some clips where people were rapping with me. They got me to lay down a beat and they'd start rapping into it. So I'll see if I can find any of that. I really need to sit down with it, and I don't know when I'm going to have time to. I don't know um, how much I'm going to have to devote to. I really need to like free my mind of everything else to sit down to be listening to my own music like that and editing it. I really need to use. I need to learn how to use the editing program too. Uh, oh, I was getting Ariana's link to the band to Ari's page. I really didn't want to. Hello, where is it? Is this my channel? No. Where the fuck did that go now? Bandcamp. Okay. Here's we got Ariana's got CDs for sale. Um, and I got the stones and I got the cabochons and crystals and small mineral specimens for people that are interested in that. Got a lot of stones that people are looking for. Moldavite, sudesite, um, rhodochrosite, um, fire agate, opals, at good prices, fair prices. Got some nice crystals. Got some big suckers. Some beautiful, beautiful rutiles. This is rutile included smoky. It's got, see the record keeper faces on there. See those record keeper faces. I have a lot of smaller ones too here. I don't have a lot of these left. I've only got a few, but they're nice ones. They're white phantoms. There's a phantom like right up close to the tip in these. I have a lot of colored quartz. This is strawberry or peach, tangerine, I think they call it. Tangerine quartz. This is African. Beautiful black tourmalines. This is the biggest one. I've got them down to like this size, and a lot of them terminated. So we're coming on 3 hours, and I was really only planning on 90 minutes. So I think I'm going to just cut it off, and I'm going to say it for one last time. This is not a channel where I'm encouraging, I'm not encouraging discussion on these topics. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not the kind of person that they're portraying me as, and I don't feel as an established artist, I don't feel the need to respond to any of it anymore. So, you know, I have an audience. I have old friends. I have family that loves me. If these people hate themselves so much, they need to do it where I can't see it. They totally need to do it where I can't see it. Go hate yourself somewhere else. Just totally go hate yourself somewhere else. I was thinking of rolling another joint. You know, this channel is not about that shit. Good night, Mike. Thank you for coming, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. This isn't that kind of channel. People are going to be nice to each other, or I'm going to bounce them. That's where my head's at. You know, these people are trying to paint me as a monster that I'm not. They're projecting themselves onto me. I don't need it. I don't need to tolerate it. I don't need to indulge in it anymore. I really don't. I want to thank all the people, Jenny Kastner in particular. Well, thanks. It's not true, and it's not something I want to discuss. You know, you need to know about the dog thing. There was one dog. She was a guard dog, and she had her friends help her masturbate. Period. End of discussion. No human was getting any sexual pleasure out of it. Yes, it's weird. No, it's not that uncommon. And that's all there is to say about it. So on that note, I'm going to end it right there to give them something to laugh about for the rest of the night while they jerk off. Thanks for coming. Happy day. Bye-bye.